Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. Appreciate you tuning in. Today, I've got a number of news items that I want to bring to you. News items from the bass fishing industry, news items having to do with Mark Fisher Outdoors, news items having to do with that rod giveaway that we did last Friday, a week from today, and fill you in on all of that, plus a little bit more when we come back. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. I'm Mark Fisher, and we're just basically going to do a news segment today. I've got news from around the industry, and we're going to start off with that. Mark Zona and Tommy Sanders are putting out next week, starting to put out a podcast. When I heard this news, I thought that's something that I'm going to have to check out. It comes out a week from today on Bassmaster.com. I gotta believe, knowing those two guys, that number one, it's going to be entertaining. Number two, going to be a high quality production. So I'm interested in checking that out. I think that it's got a lot of potential. Certainly good to see Zona getting back into things, and especially with his old partner, Tommy Sanders. So that's going to be something that we're all going to want to check out. The second item of news that I have is about Mark Fisher Outdoors and about me. My boat just got here. It's sitting in the bay out there, and we're going to be doing on Monday, we're going to be doing a walkthrough tour of the new Phoenix 21XE. Dave Locander and I at Twin Lakes Marine went through this boat with a fine-tooth comb. There's a lot of things on that new Phoenix that are just phenomenal. I love it, and I can't wait to get it on the water in a week down in Florida. But we're going to show you that boat and do that boat tour on Monday. So be sure to tune in for that episode on Monday. And finally, talking about last Friday's video with the rod giveaway. Guys, I appreciate all the response that we got to that rod giveaway video. A lot of guys, said, hey, I'd love to get a rod, but I don't want to take it away from a high school fishing team if you got somebody like that. But if you don't, I'd love that crankbait rod. Hey, I could use a 6.6 spinning rod or something like that. And I appreciate all of you guys. Well, here's what happened. I started working out, okay, 2 rods are going to Rick, and 2 guys are going to Dave, and blah, 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 blah. And we did some of them that way. So if you've sent me a check, or if you've PayPal'd me, or if you were one of the guys that contacted me and said, hey, Mark, I'm just going to come over and pick it up at the school, those rods are set aside for you. Don't worry about that. But I did get a guy who contacted me from Round Lake High School who said, boy, I got a lot of kids in my fishing team that can't afford to buy a rod. And if we could get those rods, that would really help out the kids at the Round Lake fishing team. So I brought all of the remaining rods to him, and we're going to donate those rods to the fishing team. So many of you said, Mark, I'd love to get one if I can, but if you can get them to kids, if you can get them to a fishing team, I'd rather you go that direction than send them to me. So I just wanted to fill all you guys that did send in your requests. I wanted to let you know that there were some that we sent out. And again, for you guys who, hey, I sent him $30 for shipping, or hey, he said he put my name on, those are still yours. But if I haven't contacted you to say that it's on the way or that it's waiting, I took the rest of those rods, gave them to the Round Lake fishing team. I felt like that's what we all wanted to see happen. And so that's the information on that. Thank you so much for, being a part of that, and also kind of having that feeling that we all do as fishermen, that we want to help out the kids first if we can. So wanted to make sure that I got that information to you. Finally, The last thing that I want to go over real quick is we have put out 2 lipless crankbait comparisons on Underwater Wednesday. And so the first one came out and it got a huge following. A lot of people watched it. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people commented on it. So the second part of that came out this Wednesday. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. That's part 2 of the Not All Lipless Crankbaits Are Created Equal. We've got the rattle trap, we've got the cotton cordell super spot, and we threw in 1/3 bait on top of that. So we've now done a total of 6 lipless crankbaits in that Underwater Wednesday comparison video when we're talking about lipless crankbaits. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's worth watching. I think we're probably going to try and get at least one more in that series. A lot of people have asked for certain lipless crankbait comparisons, so we're going to get those out and do one more. But as I mentioned in that video, it probably won't be until I get back from Florida. So we haven't forgotten. It's just going to have to kind of get put into the calendar a little bit. So guys, that's the news that we have from around the industry, from Mark Fisher Outdoors, and from you specifically that you were involved in the giveaway and things like that. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and make sure, like I said, make sure to tune in on Monday for that walkthrough of the Phoenix 21XE. We'll see you on Monday, guys. Take care.